Hello beauty accessorizers and friends, Julia here from Accessorize Your Life. I want to do a get ready with me today, and I think I have the palettes that I want to work with before me. The first one I want to use is from DD's Signature. This was in my Shop My Stash tray for the month of November, and I want to get some more use out of it. But I think I'm only pulling one color from this palette. And I want to use a Danessa Marix palette that was in my tray. It's the Lightwork Volume 3. I don't have the current one. I looked at it, as you may have, if you're familiar with my channel, you may know that I did consider it, but chose not to get it. I like what I see people doing with it, but I just had to put the brakes somewhere. So this is the one that I will be using today. Let me get this little protector out, and this is what the colors look like. If you remember, they're very shifty, they're very beautiful. What you see is may not be what you get. You know, you may get a little more. So that's what I want to do today. I want to bring you a look that I think it's very, it's going to be very high shine and very illuminating. So, or lustrous, I don't know. That's what I'm aiming for. So if this is something you'd like to see, I hope you stay tuned and we can get right into it. I'm going to tie this back. It's in my way already. So we're going to get right into this look. I think I should bring you into view a little closer. How about that? Maybe there. I think that's good. So nothing's on my eyes. I need to prep those. But I do have on my base for my face. No foundation yet, just the base for the face. And I realize when you're this close and I put my head down, you can't see my lips. So I want to remember to address that, zoom you back out some, when I get to that part of the video. Well guys, nothing much is going on. I just finished reading a book and enjoyed that. Stayed up very late to finish the book. It's a rather interesting book. I didn't expect to like it so much, but once I saw the word tea in it, tea shop, I was done. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna check this book out. So I've been going to the library for my books as of late, and I picked up two. I think her name is Rhys Bowen. I picked up two of her books, and she has written a lot of books, and she has a really good way of just building a story and then including a little bit of history, because this book that I'm reading took place during the 1940s, so in England, and so she has some historical points in there, and a little bit of a love story, a little bit of, you know, day-to-day life, of course, because this particular one has people and how they're dealing with the war, and also love situations, family situations, domestic violence a little bit, or abuse in some way. Not heavy into that, just a little. It's insinuated, and maybe it's more verbally done than anything else. But also love in a good way between, you know, a man and a woman is depicted in this book. Loneliness is depicted in this book, and jealousy is in this book, and it's kind of a little bit of mystery in the sense of a spy thriller, or a little bit, and then coming of age, and as a woman realizing what you want out of life and how you have given to others and not thought about yourself so much. So I need to get the book so you can see the cover and the artist. So let me get this down and figure out what I'm doing with my first color. First, let's do this. Let's look into DD Signature. Pull out the sleeve. Oh, before I do that, I want to mention, because I just turned around and looked. Remember I picked up the Sephora cotton squares? these are really a good size and they're really decent. You only get 50, but they can handle things like removing nail polish pretty well and the face. I think they're good for if you have a mask on and you want to clean that off. They're good for that. I would still pick up my Shiseido ones because they're softer and they're just the right size for putting on toner and things like that. But this is for heavy duty work and I'm glad I picked them up. So I've already emptied out more than half into my bathroom dispensers, but I want to keep a few in here for the nail polish. Let me take a sip of warm water. And let's look into Dee Dee's signature here and pull out the color that I will be using today. So, beautiful colors, but the one I think I will, the one I think I will be using is right here. Yes, and it's called Royal Descent, sorry. Royal Descent. That sounds really pretty. Now, these mats are really pigmented. You get good color payoff in here, but don't be afraid because you can shear it out. It doesn't just stay heavy on your eyes. I think you can shear these colors out, and I think on a whole you would be happy with how these mats perform. So let's put some on my eyes. I'm not sure if I want to go all in with this. Look how rich that is on the brush. But I do want to, getting my mirror situated, I do want to come on the outer edge, of course. You see how rich that is? Intense. That is pretty. Let's do that over here. Then we're going to bring it in some and proceed. Can you see how it shears out there? So you don't always have to have the color like that. I wish I had put some tape down before I started. Still have some here. No, I'll use this another time. It's taken away the product that I have on my face. I don't want to go through that. I think I'm good as I am. So work this in and over. Like I was saying before I thought about the tape, you see how it shears out, and you could really start off with far less than this and you would find that it's even sheerer. Now I do need a little more right across here, as this one seems to be going that way. So are you guys reading anything really good, or have you just kind of been going, you know, work and everything like that? I have the time, so I can sit up late and read. I usually bring the book down to the breakfast table and start reading that way. But I gotta tell you, I did not finish that other book. That scary book I was reading in October, no, I took it back to the library. I'm like, no way, Jose, I'm not doing this to myself. Okay, let me go get the book that I am currently reading so that I can at least give you the title. So the one I just finished is Where the Sky Begins. And let me show you a picture of the author. This is her picture. And she has written so many books, and I checked out 2 of hers. This one isn't considered a mystery. It was not found in the mystery section, whereas the other one that I'm about to start of hers was. But look at the long list of books that she has written. So yeah, Where the Sky Begins. Really nice, easy read, comforting read. And if you like tea, there's mention of tea a lot in this book. So yeah, not so much the brands or anything like that, or the flavors, just tea is mentioned in the book. So that was kind of comforting to me to read about. So again, you can see how this color is shearing out, and it's working. I just have to make sure I bring it out a little further because I want to diffuse the color a little more. So I got a fluffy brush here, and I'm working it over. And you see it's not as intense as it was initially. Okay, so this is good for my hooded eye because it just takes away some of that emphasis there. I did earlier this morning use my stones on my eye to just give them that cooling effect. So okay, now we're ready to go in with the next color, and for it I'm going to use some of my NYX. This is the glitter glue or glitter adhesive. My son has ordered the turkey. We were told to look out for it. It should be coming here, delivered through the mail. Interesting. So next week, you know, it's the time. I decided, I don't know if I'm doing the duck or goose. I know I'm doing the dressing. I always do that. I forgot about that. And that's a job in itself. And I'm doing the greens, I guess, because he didn't mention that he was, whether or not he was doing the greens. So I think I'm stuck with that. It's not a chore, but it, you know, that's an easy one. So I guess that's what I'm going to be doing. Before I go in with my Vanessa Marks palette, I'm going to take this creamier color right here and just go under the brows a little and give this blue a little edge. And today I think I left enough room there, it seems. Okay, we can put this palette down for now. So that's my base. Going into the Vanessa Marks palette. And if I move it like this, I can get a better idea of the color shift and to see which one I want. Let's swatch a couple because I'm not totally sure. I want to go with this light, what looks like light blue in the pan, and put it right here. That's good. It's kind of an aqua marine color, but does it shift? And it has purple. Okay, the next one, here's that cotton. I'm going to use one to wipe my fingers. That big, deep, intense color right beside it, right there, right there, looks green or turquoise in the viewfinder, but when I'm looking at it, it looks purple. Right here. Bluish purple. Kind of thought that's where I would be going with this color. And when I look at it in the camera, it seems to go well with my sweater. Okay, I'm going to try one more swatch here, at least one more. And it's the, I thought I used this one not too long ago, Polaris. Right here. Ooh, kind of crumbly but pretty. Won't use that because it will not go with my sweater. It will clash for sure. But I think either this one or this one looks good to me. But I'm tempted to swatch three. Let me swatch this one that I know I've used before, so many times before, because it is got the most wear in it. Whoa, that one's going to clash too. It has a shift of blue in it though. Swatching one more. That one's pretty light. That's pretty actually. Which would you choose? I'm gonna go with what I'm feeling. This one right here. Yeah, that's where we're going. We're not gonna butt around with this too much more. I'm gonna go right into it. You know what? I'm gonna start off with the lighter one. That one's called Martian. And I'm going to start off with this one right here, and it's going to go right here in the inner corner. And do the same thing here. You know, of course, when I was swatching these beforehand and looking at them, the formula is just so pretty, and when I use one in the collab, one of the shades, I was thinking, oh, I think I want that palette. But I'm like, no, Julia, you do not need that palette. You've got these colors. But if I had that palette, there would have been, I think, a matte blue in that palette, plus all of those shimmers. So that's what's so nice about that palette. It has mattes, and then it has these beautiful chromes or shimmers in it as well. All right, I need something to kind of contrast this. So what do you think? I'm going for the Big Daddy, the darker one. Yeah, the one I've used before. And you know what? It's really close to this other color, but it does give a little shift. Does create a little shift there. And again, with the newer palette, Lightworks 7, you have so many options since it's a much larger palette. You know, you can do so much with it. I need something to help hold my eyes together here. So you can tell the way I'm talking, I think it's worth getting, especially if you're a collector of her products, Danessa Myricks, or if you've never had any of her Lightworks palettes, this would be the one to get. The 7. I don't think the one I'm using is available, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And is there a shift? I think there's a shift of those purple and blues there, kind of aqua. Not too different than what I usually do with this palette, but I think I want to pop it off with this one here. It's hard to tell what that was. Polaris. Yeah. One I thought was just too crazy. But I'm going to use that, and I'm going to bring it on my lower lash line, right in here. Can you see? I like that. I do like that. It's just simple, but it's enough of something going on there. I can put a little bit of something that's a little different and picks up right in here on the purple. I can go in with this color right here, Strawberry Moon. Right there, I could do that. I haven't gone into this one, SOL, so let's see what that looks like. That's that chartreuse looking green. I don't want that color. I'm going to go in with this one here, Aurora. Just a little bit of Aurora. Where would she go? Right here. Just going to tap her in there. Get a little bit of Aurora right in the inner corner. And she plays well because I pick up that color right in there. So she's not sticking out like a sore thumb. I'm liking that. So what I'm going to do is go off camera and tend to the eyes with mascara and the face with foundation, and yeah, we'll come back and I'll tell you what I think of the shadows once more. Don't go away. Okay, beauty accessorizers. I did the mascara, I did a bit of liner, and I went ahead and put on some lashes. Where are they? These are the lashes. I don't have the name. They were purchased from Amazon a while back, years ago. So, but what I have learned is that I don't like a full lash, and I think I've shared that with you before, but I forgot when I was revisiting lashes last week, and now I know for sure, without a doubt, a half lash, cut them in half, is better for me. I count about 4 lashes, cut it, and put the glue on, do everything else, let it dry down, and then put them on, and it's a breeze that way. So this is the look with the lashes. I've got to set them, pat them down a little more, but I gotta say I'm loving the half lash for my hooded eyes, and they look natural to me. They don't look overextended or too much, and I just think I'm very pleased with that. So I'm gonna go back in with a little more of Polaris right down here, You know what? Forget it. It's not doing that much. So I'm going to leave it alone. Let's get into the rest of the face. I did go in with my Fashion Fair. It's just easy and breezy in and out. And then I went in with a Dior. Where is it? Right here. My concealer or corrector. They like to call it corrector, concealer, corrector. By Dior, and went here under the eyes and around the face. And then I went in with Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. I've been liking this a lot lately because it's easy. You know, I like easy. I gotta admit, I like easy. So hopefully I've got it blended in very well. Just, you know, it's not that detectable, but it's just nice. And I want to go in with a little bit of my Prada highlighter, or should I use, let me use the one by LYS. It's a cream. Just gonna put some on my finger. It's so emollient, it's so moisturizing. It's a stick, of course, so that's why. I'm just gonna put it here, and a little bit there on the Cupid's bow. Got some left over, so why not right there. And then I'm just going to get into my blush. I'm not going to use the Prada. I'm going to, highlighter that is. I'm going to use Pat McGrath. If I can get into it. So the main character of the book is Josie, and she is very pragmatic. She is a realist. She knows that she's from lower class, the East End, and she went right from her parents' house. Her stepmother practically kicked her out after her father had been widowed because her mother died in childbirth, I believe. And so he remarried, and the new wife just practically kicked her out, since she's old enough to work or whatever. Well, she had a working. Stop going, you know. Let me back up. When our mom died, she had to take care of the 9 children and just run the house for her dad while he worked. So when he remarried, the new wife told Josie she had to get a job, and was just working on kicking her out, even though she wanted the money that Josie was bringing in. So when Josie found a guy she liked, the first guy who paid attention to her, she married him. And that was a disaster. Well, it could have been better, let's put it that way. You seeing it giving warmth to my face? Hopefully a little light. Yeah. So that didn't go well, and then the rest goes into the war situation and everything else like that. So therein, I'm going to leave it right there, because Josie is ambitious. She put it as being hard working, and that got her a long way. And you know, in the class system in England, if you're poor, you're poor. You stay that way. You're born poor, you die poor. And that's what she thought. But she was a hard worker, and things worked in her favor. It took a little getting to. Not that she intended it to go that way. She was just one who, being a hard worker, when she saw something or thought something needed to be done, she did it. And that really helped her out a lot. I'm going to go in with the Lawless. It's going to bring you out some for this, or in. I don't remember what I said. But anyway, so you can see my lips. Now I chose a very neutral color for me. Let's get a pencil. Let's get Charlotte Tilbury and just go ahead and line. Oh, I wanted to tell you that I read some article, and it said the lashes would not be going on top, or the trend would be that they go underneath, or you use the individual lashes. I'm sticking with these. And then another trend I read is that as far as the liner, it's definitely there. It's definitely in, but it's smudged out in your lips, in your lipstick. It's kind of smeared. Your lip liner and your lipstick is smeared together, and it almost looks like you've had the lipstick on and you've eaten, and that's the look you get. So it's nothing really precise and really neat looking. So they're saying that you use a cotton swab, not a lip brush, and you just kind of smudge it in. Now this one I would be willing to try. So I kind of like that. Yeah, I'm not mad at that look. Now the thing is whether or not I want a little lip gloss to go on with it. I don't think so. We're going to go with some powder. Let's use Patrick Starr's One Size powder and get this video done. So anyway, I think it's a good read because it just, you become like family with the characters, you know? You can identify with them, and you're a little shocked sometimes at their behavior, but then again, you're a little annoyed with their behavior, trying to understand what makes people the way they are, why they tick the way they do. And then you become to feel like, yeah, I can identify, I can see where they're going with this. And then there's some twists and turns to keep you, you know, from getting too comfortable with the way things are. I did not press these lashes down. I did go in with my lash primer and the mascara from my Shop My Stash tray. But let me look real quick. Holy cow. They're looking pretty good, I might say myself. Alright guys, this is the look. Maybe I should spray the face. I don't know, you know. Spray the face. Not too much. I'm rather liking this look. Still haven't done anything with my hair. But I'm liking the look. This may be a nice kind of powwow look. Maybe go to the movies, go out somewhere fun. But I'm liking how this shadow just gives me definition with the blue and everything. The matte blue, like I said, is beautiful. It's a nice texture to it. It's not it's a matte that isn't really dry and flaky. It has some softness to it, but then you can shear it out. It's not totally, it's semi-soft, I should say. It's still a matte. And the Danessa Myricks products are soft, they're luminous. They just bring light to the eyes, I feel. They're extra dimensional. Yeah, I think you can blend the blues out pretty well and get what you want. But this is my finished look using these two palettes. I thank you for being with me today, and I hope you get the chance to read a book. When I was working, I didn't get much of an opportunity to read because I knew once I started a book, I would want to continue reading it and stay up late and read it, and that was not good for work. So I just fell off the wagon for reading. But now that I am home, I'm retired, I am picking back up my reading. So guys, these two palettes, DD Signature and Danessa Myricks Light Work 3, gave me this look today for my Get Ready With Me from my Shop My Stash tray for the month of November. Tell me what you think of the look. Should I have added lip gloss? I can. I'm still using the Clarins, and I have it right here. It may give me a little shine. Yeah, there's a little shine there. And these are the colors from Danessa Myricks palette. They're beautiful. So yeah, I'm really liking it, and I've heard nothing but good things from the Lightwork 7 palette. Who knows? I may end up with it after all, because I'm sure it's on a lot of people's holiday gift giving list. Yeah, they're asking for it, I'm sure. And there's more sales coming up. So Cyber Monday, the Friday sale, and even the sites themselves. I think I have $20 off on Danessa Myricks' site. Still, I would have gotten a better deal with Sephora's sale, but you know, Who knows, I may break down and get it after all. Because if I keep playing with these colors, I'm going to want it. I'm just going to want it. And I'm going to need it. And I'm going to like it. And I'm going to enjoy it. Thank you for watching. I love you for being here. Don't forget to share this video. Us beauties over 60s, we can wear these colors. Yeah, we can. And like this video. And I thank you again for being here. Leave me a comment down. What do you think of this look? What do you think about reading? What do you think about Thanksgiving? Yeah. Put a turkey if you don't have anything to say down below in the comment section. Let me know you were here. I love you for being here. Bye-bye.